So just one or two more bits on the bogey. Select those. Let's go Control A, rotation and scale, reset it, and then I want to alter them. So I'll take the mirror off, and I want to make this 6 inches by 6 inches. So it's 15 centimeters that way, and 15 centimeters that way. There we go. Side on now. Okay, side on, and let me just zoom in and put the X-ray and the wireframe on, and just take the background image off. There we go. So grab Z, move that, align that up there. That's it. Go into edit mode, deselect, select these vertices, grab Z. There we go. So that makes it the same thickness as the metal of the side plates, and now turn it around, rotate -90. There we go. Edit mode again, deselect, grab these and grab Z, and there we go. That's it. Okay, then rotate 90, and that's in the right position. So let me go and turn the image on and go side on. Yeah, it wants to be just this side of this, because the spring and that, and the damper, and we have to be careful because this is repeated the other side there, so you can't put it on the inside there. So that's fine. Let me come out of there, solid, and I mean solid, thank you. And there we go. So that's okay. We can mirror that. There we go. And we just need to put a temporary bolster in there. But first, let me copy this, duplicate, top view, rotate. I don't know why I pressed the T instead of the R. Rotate -90. I think that's the right way round. Yep, it is. And top view, grab Y, bring it back here, take that mirroring off, and grab Y. That's it. Probably to back there. Side on. Let's now grab Z. Yep. So that's about lined up. Yep. So 7, and now we've got no hard and fast positioning for this, but just grab X. It's somewhere around here, I would say. Okay, we want to keep this edge flush like that, so gonna go and do this top edge. So deselect, grab it and pull it back, grab Y. Whoops, I'm not going all the way through. X-ray mode. So B, grab Y. Okay, Y, bring it back to here, and just bring it. If you bring this too far, it may distort the shape there. But if you just bring it a little way, it should be okay. So if I just grab X like that and just angle it in, and that's not too bad. It's not too distorted. So we'll go round about there, I think. Okay, that's fine. Side on now. Whoops, side on, and side on again. And just grab Y, bring it back slightly. There we go. Grab Z, take that up to there, and you might want to put a loop cut in here. There we go, and just there, and grab Z and level that off. There we go. So that's it. Let's take that off, and there is our sort of cross, our one of our struts there. 7, that's fine. You can put the mirroring on there. That looks all right. And now what we could do with is some cross bracing there, but I'm going to actually rather than use separate ones, I'll sort of cut that and draw it across, extrude it across. So that's fine. So just want a bit of a bolster in the middle there. So let's go top view. Let's center the cursor. So Shift C. There we go, and add a cube and scale, and yeah, something like that. I'm going to take it to there. Normally there'd probably be a plate holding it there. It's probably a bit too wide there. So okay, and I suppose I could leave it like that. It's not very lifelike, but grab Z, bring that up to here, and yeah, deselect. Make sure we're X-ray mode and select that. Grab Z and just bring that up here somewhere, perhaps there. Okay, and yeah, we'll give it a bit of shaping. So let's put a couple of loop cuts in there just to and scale Y, and then let's draw this face out. Let's just 7 extrude and scale Y. Yeah, something like that, and extrude X. Oh, going the wrong way. Now I need to grab that because I've already extruded it. So grab X. Here we go. And I'm going to select the. Well, actually, I suppose this should go down, shouldn't it? So let me grab Z, pull this down. No, I'll have to do it by the vertices. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and grab Z, bring that down. There we go. And I just put in some sort of shaping in here so it doesn't look too silly. But E, Z, okay, and something like that. Now cut that in half, put a loop cut, there we go, and top view, and let's vertices mode, deselect, grab this half, X vertices, there we go, and let's just add our modifier on there, mirror, universal mirror, and there we go. That's it. Just got a bit of shaping to fit on our underframe. So last thing is yeah, let's go into object mode, let's add, and of course we want a cylinder in the center there. So 7 and scale, okay, and let's bring that up, grab Z, and that will do. Well, he says that will do. Let me go back. Is it being hidden? Yeah, it's being hidden inside there. So okay, there's a very I'm not gonna do any shape in there. Yes I am. Yes I am. I'm gonna let me just E top view, scale, there we go, and E, Z, bring that up, scale, that's it, there we go. I don't need to have done that at all. Okay, well that's it. I'm going to call that a temporary bogey, okay? So that'd be fine. Don't forget, let's save it. I'm going to save it, whatever you saved it as. Now, okay, let's do the same as we did with the underframe. Let's now tidy this up. So let me see. I'm going to call that the bolster. There we go, and we'll call this center pivot. Center pivot. There we go. And what else we got there? We got a cube. What's that? Oh, this is a cross. Where am I going? Cross member. There we go. And we'll call these longitudinal struts. Okay, or bracing, I suppose. Right, bogey frame. That one's going with the bogey, doesn't it? There we go. Just check I've got everything pertaining to the bogey in there. Okay, so that's fine. That'll do. Temporary bogey. Now let's give it some texture. Right, now before we apply the material, let's just lift the whole bogey up so that the rim of the wheel is at 0 on that Z-axis. So let's go to bogey, select objects, let's control, click the empty, make sure we're in wireframe mode so we can see through, and grab Z and lift it up like that. Let's zoom in a bit and grab Z, and that's it. Just place it on that line. Yep, that's it. So our bogey is sitting in the correct position, and there we are. So now let's create, let's select the frame, and let's create a material. Make sure I haven't got a default one. No, there it is. I'm going to call this bogey temp text. No, matte, not text. Matte, there we go. And let me go base color, open image texture. Let's open that. Now the bogey is going to be in a folder of its own. The underframe, which is pretty unique to the vehicle, can be in the vehicles folder, but the bogies are common to various vehicles, so that you really want to create, say, a Grizzly bogey and have that to call upon whenever you create something that uses a Grizzly bogey. Okay, so you just make just link to the bogey folder from your blueprint. So let me I'm in the bogey folder in my marked Mark 1 bogey. Click temporary texture. It's the same we've been using on the underframe, and now let's just have a look at that. Let's go into no, before we do that, don't forget you need to load it into your shader. You need to load it into, sorry, IGS. So choose your shader, text div, and then load that image into there as well. So let's go UV editing. Okay, let's bring that image up so we can see it. And remember, 2.8, 2.9, after 2.8 really, when you created an object, it automatically creates a UV. So I don't know why I grabbed that. I wanted to scale it. So the UV will be there. You shouldn't have to do much to it. Just grab it and move it. And let's select that one. So scale. There we go. You might need to select it when you go into the UV side. You might need to press A to select it all. And don't forget to click here for the actual material, otherwise it won't be assigned. Okay, so I'm going to go around now and do that to all the elements here. They're all going to be the same color, so I'm going to do that, and I'll see you once I've done it. So there we are. I've assigned that dark grey to everything there. The wheels look a bit funny because they've got no wear on them. So what I'll do then, in that case, let me select a face. Let's go select and select link flat faces. There we go, and select one over this side. Select linked flat faces. Okay, top view and oops, top view. There we go, and let's just make sure we've got the all the way through, so you can see all the way through the model. X-ray mode, that's what it's called, isn't it? There we go, and same again. Yep. So we've got all those selected, and just grab that and bring that down to there, and so it looks like, yes, the worn sort of silvery colour of the rim. Okay, same again here. So I'll quickly do that, and I'll see you back here once I've done it. So there it is. There is our bogey, and we've applied our material. Okay, now let's move on. So I know I've said before about not applying, you don't have to apply LODs. It will if you haven't got a LOD, it will automatically apply one. That's 1_1000 underscore whatever the name was. It will do that. It will also apply the modifiers, but I'll say that now, when you've got something like this, it may be worth your while actually applying the modifier before you take it in. If you're going to link it, perhaps not. If you're going to work on it, but we're not. We're going to append it. So what we can do is we can actually make a copy of this then, and then we'll apply the modifiers onto that. We'll join it as well. So there we go. I'm going to go to bogey. I'm just going to go duplicate collection. Okay, now I'm duplicating each item here. So if I do something in this duplicate copy, it won't affect the main one. So I'm going to work in here now. Now we've got a lot of modifiers here. Now a simple way of dealing with this is to I think you can do it from the top. So let's select objects. You should be able to do it from the top here, and what you simply do is you just go object and convert to, now these are meshes. Okay, so if you go convert mesh from curve, meta, surf, text, whatever, if you click that one, it automatically, or it should automatically apply any modifiers. So we've converted it from a mesh to a mesh, but it will have applied the modifier. So we know this, we know that had a modifier on it. It's been applied. Okay, same as the frame, it's been applied. Now let me just go back here and there's the axle. So just to see that it's not done anything to the original. Okay, so that being the case, then what we can do is we can select, I might as well select it all in here, mightn't I? Not the wheel sets. They've got to be on their own. So select everything but the wheel sets. Okay, and then go Control J. Now that is one object. So let me turn the original bogey off, and now let's have a look. There we go. We've got one object for our bogey. Okay, now why I'm doing that and why it's easier sometimes is think about naming conventions. We do have to start to think about that. Look, I'll leave this mirror out. We don't need that now, and that's the other thing that would cause a problem, is that we would have that mirror that would be a bit of a pain for us when we took it into the other blend file. So let me delete that. Right, okay, so I'm going to call this bogey, but I'm going to apply a LOD to it. Okay, so I'll go 500, just so that 500 meters, and this is going to be bogey. Now, when I go into the main blend file, I'm going to copy this, so I'm going to have to change this name, because we can't have two bogeys. So one's got to be bogey 01, one's got to be bogey 02. So that's the usual naming convention. Now these, what we need to do here, we need to change these. So again, naming conventions, let's give it an LOD. Okay, so that we're sort of doing it properly here. Then it wants to be bogey. Now there's going to be more than one bogey, so I'm going to go bogey 00. Okay, then we want WH for wheel set, and this is going to be 01. Okay, so that's the first wheel set of bogey 0, for instance. Again, we need to change that, and let's do this one then. 1_500. There's the LOD. I've put an extra 0 in, and let's call it B00 WH02. Okay, so we've got our uniquely identified wheel sets, and we've set the LOD. Okay, now there won't be another LOD for this. This is just to temporarily test it, but we just need to get into that naming convention there. And as I say, it's probably because this is going to be external to the vehicle, we might as well start using the correct sort of naming convention. You don't have to stick to this as long as it's a logical naming convention, but certainly the guidelines do say for a certain amount, then things like bogeys and all that is the way to actually oh yes. And the other thing it would advises often is if you've got a left and right, then you would put underscore left or underscore 4. Ignore that. But if you look at the developer's guide, that's what it says. I think it was a typo. I think it was meant to be R, left and right. Okay, so yeah, that is it. So we've named this now, and we just remember it's bogey. We could call this bogey comp. Okay, there we go, so that we can distinguish it from the other bogey. Now remember that as we build this bogey up, this bogey will be useless. We might as well just delete that. When we start to work on the original bogey, this one, you know, we will just delete and copy the bogey again. Just before we take this into the main blend file, just an adjustment here. First off, side view, we want to make sure that the origin of the bogey is actually at 0. So I'm going to select object, set origin, and set it now to that 3D cursor. So now the origin of this is sitting at 0, 0, 0. And now the other thing we want to do is to make the wheel sets children of the bogey. So let's select the wheel sets. There's one. Now hold control, you can hold shift, but don't do that, because if you notice there's a little white square around the triangle here. Now that, the one with that little white square, will be the parent. Usually it's the last one selected, but it's the one with that little square that will be the parent. So do it with your control, because that way then if we go control, click on the second one, okay, now the little square has moved to that one. Now click on the bogey and the little square has moved to that one, which means that that one will be the parent. So if I go control P and keep transform, there we go, we now have the bogey as the parent. So just be careful of that. Do control, don't do shift to select the other elements of the parent-child relationship. Okay, so that's it then. That's okay. Remember, we will have to change this, and before we go, let's change. We might as well change this as well. Let's call this BOO just to match the wheel sets there. We'll change them. We'll have to change them when we get into the main blend. So we save this. Let's just save as. I've already saved it and I called it temp text blend, and I did that so that the one I work on won't actually have any materials associated with it, because I'd rather not have the materials on when we're actually updating it.